in the previous videos, this is my first trip using the new DLC, the heavy cargo, and I made the mistake of choosing the heaviest one, which is the locomotive, the Boss stock locomotive, which is about 60, I think it's either 61 or 68 tons. I've got a 1400 horsepower engine in my truck, and that's still not good enough when you're going up certain roads. So one bit of advice, be careful what map you're using. I'm on the Mario map, and I've chosen a trip that's going from Pirineo in Argentina, and it's going across to, oh wait a minute, I've put one of these bloody things on, hang on, get rid of that. Don't want that. Trying to get rid of this marker. Right, that's better. Right. Let me just scroll the map across. Now that's where we started, Pirineo in Argentina. We went through Argentina into Uruguay, and then we got a connection to Rio Grande. We took the wrong connection, which should have taken us to the Canary Islands. I bypassed the Canary Islands and went to Casablanca, which consequently meant I had to drive all the way along to Tunis and get a ferry north. And we've now got this far. We are there, and we are heading for Bratislava, and from there we're going to get a connection to Moscow, and then the final part of the trip's down to Penza. I'm imagining it's going to be fairly straightforward. I don't think there's going to be anything complicated between here and the finishing part of the journey, but who's to say. We have got at least 5% damage to the train itself, to the actual locomotive, so we're going to lose money. It's cost me a fortune in fuel, because this 1400 horsepower engine eats up the gas like there's no tomorrow, and I'm actually going to end up worse off doing this job. I think the payment's about £58,000 or something. I've spent goodness knows how much getting the truck repaired. I've had shunts and bumps and crashes, and I'm probably work out actually spending more money to do this job than what I actually take in. Anyway, that's where we're going. I'm not exactly sure how many miles is left, but we'll find that out right now. Let's see. Right, we have 1900 miles left, so there's going to be a big chunk of that taken off once we get to Bratislava. So let's have a quick look at what we have. Find my way out. There where the hell are we? There we are. The park there, and that is the trailer. Now those axles there, they're all steerable, as is the front axle of the trailer, and also the middle axle of the truck is steerable, and they help you get round corners pretty well. The only problem is when you're trailing 60 odd tons, as soon as you start going up hills, if you can't keep the momentum going and you get held up in traffic, you're going to lose it, and what you're going to have to do what I do and actually cheat your way out of it, because there's no way you're going to get up the hill. Right, so remember as well, I've got Mr. Cool Cat's environment mod, which brings a lot of heavy traffic, and that creates problems as well, so it offers a good challenge. So let's go and see if we can get this damn thing finished off. The other mistake I've probably made is I've got a long gear set. You could be doing about 70 miles an hour just in 7th gear, and I think that's part of the problem with actually getting momentum when the gears are down low. You can see the problems that they have. trying to get back into the traffic. Right, stream quality looks good. So far our actual driving time has, I'm estimating it's about 5.5 hours we've driven to get this far. I ended up making 2 videos in error. The first part of the video, for some reason it stopped. I think I pressed the wrong button at one point, so I had to restart my stream. And this is really where we are. We're now at the point where we're in the, what I call the concluding part of the trip. And well, I'm intending to finish it now. Let's see if we can get up this incline without losing it. I think we should be okay. We are losing it a bit. Down the gears. I think we're in the wrong lane as well. We really should be over here. Yeah, I think we've come through the worst part of the trip. I think the roads have been pretty good for the rest of the journey. So we've got a speed restriction here, 25 miles an hour for some reason. Exit Klagenfurt. Yeah, just going back to what I was saying about the map. I mean, if you're going to play this with this downloadable content, even on the base map, we're in the wrong lane, we need to get out of there. You're going to find there are certain parts of the map where you're going to be going uphill and there'll be twisty corners. The twisty corners aren't going to be a problem because this trailer really does get round the corners. When you pick or when you choose a job that includes this new downloadable content with a heavy cargo, it does come up with a little pop-up screen telling you the specification of your truck and giving you a guide as to whether your truck is suitable enough to actually carry out the job. Now, I assumed that having a 1400 horsepower engine would be good enough, and it is good enough. It certainly gets the trailer moving. It is not good enough when you end up stalling halfway up a hill, which you will do. And again, it probably depends what traffic you have running. With this traffic mod, there is so much traffic at certain points in the map that it does create issues, and that's a good thing, because it does force you to think a bit more about your route and how you're going to get there. I've already had about probably 4 or 5 different occasions where there was no way I was going to get up the hill and I had to bail out. I had to actually just respawn the truck past a hazard, and you're going to find problems like that, and that's enhanced even more by using the Mario map. The latest version of the Mario map is 12.3, and there are lots of different areas of the map where you're going to have major problems with your truck and with a trailer of this size and weight, particularly in the South America part of the map, because there's lots of mountain roads, lots of switchbacks in certain areas, and those areas they are quite steep switchbacks as well, and with the heavy traffic you just ain't going to make it. I can tell you, you won't make it. That's how tough it is. We need to get up to full beam. We need to get a wee bit of speed up here. The speed limit's going up. We need to get moving. But I'm enjoying it. I'm certainly enjoying it. This was, again, just to emphasise, this is my very first trip using any of the trailers in the downloadable content, so I had no feel for it, and you can certainly notice a difference in the weight of the trailer. So I just went straight in at the deep end, and probably if I had another chance of doing it, I wouldn't have picked a journey this long. Definitely not. But it gives you an idea of the size of the Mario map, because that's well over 5.5 hours we've been going, and we're still almost 2,000 miles from where we're supposed to be going. Oops. Looking across at the stream to see what the quality is, and again I keep getting distracted doing that. Nice sunset in the background. You'll also find that the momentum of your truck changes with the weight of the trailer, so your braking distances have to be a bit longer. And you certainly don't want to be trying to race your truck like a Formula 1 driver. That's just a recipe for disaster, as I have proved. Now we're only in 7th gear in the long range gear set that we have, and we're cruising along quite comfortably. I don't like the look of those mountains up ahead. Hopefully there's this motorway cuts straight through them, and I don't have to do any climbing. You can see lots and lots of traffic. Now this environment mod is the first one that Mr. Coolcat made available, version 6.5. Now I tried the more recent version, which was 6.6, and he actually took out a lot of the traffic because a lot of guys were having problems with frame rate and stuff like that. And obviously it's down to your PC as to whether you should actually run certain ones of these environment mods. I reinstalled this one because I prefer it with lots of traffic. Unfortunately, I've got a good enough PC that can handle it no problem, but I prefer the heavy traffic because it does make you focus. And you will find there are crazy drivers coming in the opposite lane. You know, they're making overtaking moves and things. You've got to be ready. Look at this guy coming inside, one of them went outside. But certainly, if you had the wrong environment mod installed, you'd definitely find that the traffic would have a big reduction in your frame rate. There's also a new version. I don't think he's released it yet. It's version 7. I haven't tried it, but I certainly will be trying it once he does make it available. Now, all of those mods and maps, if you're interested in Euro Truck 2, you should try and become a member of the ETS2 gaming group on Facebook, because the guys on there, they will make mods available to you, they will make map updates available to you, and you can certainly enhance your game and try lots of different maps. The Mario map is by far the biggest map. It's got various countries in it. The most recent update has added Japan to it as well. We're in the wrong lane here. Let's get over to the left hand side. This guy's not going to give us room. We're okay, it's went to 3 lanes, so we're fine. We can stay where we are. Yeah, the latest addition in the map is Japan. So you've got Iceland, you've got Central America up to Colombia, parts of the United States, parts of Canada. You've got the base map. Now, to have the Mario map installed, you must have all the other maps that are available through the downloadable content. That's going east, Scandinavia, and the most recent one there would be the Vive la France one. You must have all of those installed in order for this map to work. So we're taking it nice and gentle. And again, we just want to get through this traffic. The time is, or game time is 21:30, so 9:30 at night, and you will notice that the traffic will thin out as we get later in the evening. Let's get to the inside. Now, what's this warning telling us? Can't understand that at all. Oh shit, we're in the wrong lane again. We need to get back out. Luckily, so far in this part, we are going through the mountains rather than up and over them. And we always need to keep an eye on the fuel. We've got good fuel at the moment, but that will very quickly drain away as soon as we start to open up the gas. Going to have a quick check for a crash. Now we've got about 4 hours or so to go before we need a rest stop. I think we've got, what is that? I thought we had 5% damage. I can't read that. Is that 0%? Well, that's 3% damage in the truck. Look, hang on a sec. I'm sitting so far back that I can't see the monitor. I think that's 0%. I thought it had 5% on the actual what do you call it, on the locomotive. My mistake if it is. It's either a 0 or a 9, but I can't see it. Now, is this an exit here, or do we have to turn left? It's hard to see. We're on a bend. I think we're going to have to turn left. So we're in the wrong lane. Look at the traffic coming behind us. Right, I think we're okay now. See those rear axles turning, but they do. You can get round pretty tight corners with this trailer to get to the inside. 10:45 at night, and in a short while we'll lose a lot of traffic. Again, when we're in the outside lane here, you need to be careful with these trucks and buses, because as soon as the AI sees a gap, if they're closing in on the vehicle in front, they're just going to pull out. Sudden the anchors have gone on there. Almost get caught out. I think we're in the wrong lane. So, just a reminder, the next port of call is Bratislava, where we will make our connection to Moscow, and then we make our way southeast from Moscow to our final destination. Again, we're narrowing down. So now this is going to hold us up until we lose some of this traffic. We're going to be turning right, so hopefully most of this traffic in front's going straight on. Pretty much most of it wants to go right as well. let's have a quick look and see exactly where we are now. We've gone past Graz, and well, we're going through Bratislava. We're going to a connection southeast of Bratislava, which will then take us to Moscow, so we're not far. And my intention would be to get there and saving us from actually having to take a rest stop before we get to the trade connection. And what I think I should do is take a detour down there, and that way what looks to be probably a recruitment agency, we'll discover that. Right, let's go. So now midnight 30, so definitely a noticeable difference in the amount of traffic. Even though you would still expect traffic on a main route like this, it definitely does thin out. I think I mentioned this before in the earlier part of the trip. The one thing about this trailer, there are plenty of trailer mods out there. There's plenty of big haulage trailers that you can get, but not all of them are the ones I've seen in a lot of videos. They don't have steerable axles on the trailers, and that's when you see guys trying to get around roundabouts and having to reverse and have 2 or 3 attempts to get around them. There's a huge advantage with these steerable axles on the trailer. You can get around roundabouts no problem at all. It's actually a lot easier driving this. The only problem that you have is the weight of the goods that you're actually trying to move. That's the problem, and you certainly do get the sensation that you're pulling a big heavy load, and as soon as you hit a hill you will definitely know you'll have a heavy load. Right, everything's quiet now in the town. So we've got that little detour just to discover that question mark, which as I say might be, it's unlikely it's a truck dealer. It's more than likely a recruitment agency, I would expect. So we've got
wake up.
Probably an hour or so, an hour and a quarter before we have to take a rest stop, but I'm guessing that we're going to make the ferry connection without any problem, and we should then obviously recover our fatigue once we make that trip. So we're doing a right turn here. Quality looks okay.
Hey, wake up.
zoom in the GPS to make sure we don't miss a turn. Now we'll be able to see the axles here.
Hey, wake up.
You can see them turning. And it brings round the back end of the trailer. There's our little question mark. Oh, it is, it's a truck dealer. Who is a surprise? Mercedes truck dealer. Oh, this is a big Volvo I'm driving. I like the Volvo. What is it, an FH16 or something like that? I can't remember.
Hey, wake up.
Lights working? I don't think they're working at all. No, there's nothing. I think we've got that far to go to get to our connection, and that way we'll be able to take our rest stop while we travel. And of course the other thing to notice is I've got a full bank of lights on the truck. I like the road to be well lit. That's the normal lights, but that's the full bank of lights on. I think it is anyway. Double check. Yes, all the front auxiliary and top auxiliary lights are on. One bit of advice I would give people who use the DLC and pick one of these heavy cargo loads, you need to, the tip I would give you is if you have liftable axles on the truck, and I would advise you, if you get in a bit of a problem, to try and get out of the situation by using a combination of switching the differential and also lifting your axles, because sometimes that can help, but in this instance none of that would help with this trailer going up hills. If you're stuck behind travel, it doesn't work at all. The locomotive just pulls you back down the hill. Now we've got a connection here. Now the Mario map doesn't have the green symbols that you're looking for. You're looking for a little man or a little woman standing, and that's the place that you have to find. The question is, where the hell is it here? It might be in here. Now, is that somebody standing there? It looks like it. That's where we have to go. Just over there. Person there is where we have to go. We have to run him over. Right, so you've got various places you can go to: Tripoli, Cairo, but in our case we want to go to Moscow, and that's going to cost us another £1,100. So it's a 3-hour trip, so we possibly won't recover all our fatigue with just the fact that it's a 3-hour trip. We might still need to have to take a rest stop, but now that's going to take a big chunk off our mileage. And the environment mod also gives you mist and fog in the mornings as well. Where the hell are we getting out of here? Straight ahead. Right, it's now updated. We've got, what is that, 600 miles still to go. God, that's a lot more than I thought. Turning right. Yeah, we are still going to have to take a rest stop, and we're still going to have to refuel. Let me have a look. Yeah, we've got another 3 hours game time, which isn't much. Here's an instance here where we've got to climb up the on-ramp onto the motorway, and we need to get this thing moving to get it up there. We don't want to stall. That's the problem with the mist and fog. You can't see where the hell you're going. He's wanting to pull out and I want to cross over in front of him. So we'll do it. Going to find you're going to get lots of instances like this if you have the environment mod installed. You'll get queuing traffic, especially going on to freeways and motorways and also coming off them. Now that obviously depends on the time of day as well. This is what you would describe as rush hour at 7 AM in the morning. So there's going to be a lot of traffic coming. of a sudden you can find that a queue of traffic just pops out of the mist. So you've got to be careful. Right, let's get to the inside then. So what we're going to do is the first opportunity we get, we're going to take our rest stop and refuel because we are running low. I think this is our opportunity up ahead. And when we have finished our rest stop, hopefully the mist and fog will be long gone. Another 100 gallons, another 200 odd pound. Now, normally a rest stop on the right, and there isn't this time. Or at least if there is, I can't see it. Right. Right, there we go. All set to go. Sooner than that, but I'm certainly going to be driving through the night again. Late afternoon already. Went to the inside, back to the outside. I don't think this guy can make his mind up. back into rush hour time. 10 minutes to 5 at night, or in the afternoon I should say. So the traffic's building up heavy. And we need to get into that inside lane. No, possibly we don't. We need to be in the middle lane here. It's the next one we're going on. Might have quite a wait here. A couple of those trucks should move now. To go. From when we looked at the map, from Moscow down to our destination, it didn't look that far, but it's a lot farther than you think. Right, exiting at the next one again. the Russian roads that we're on now, there's a problem with these roads you've got to be careful with. There's quite a lot of junctions on these roads where you've got crossing traffic, and some of them don't have traffic lights, so you have to watch the approach when you see there's any of these junctions ahead. Got to be wary of queuing traffic with this mod. Here's a junction up ahead. It may or it may not have traffic lights. You really should have been on the outside lane. See what I mean? You can get vehicles just pulling right out in front of you. Now, who's that saying something in the chat? Good evening. I have to pause it to read the chat because if I don't, I'm going to crash the car. So we're at 7:29 in the evening, and because we're heading north, we've got a lot more daylight. Well, we're actually heading southeast from Moscow. It's about time to put a bit more light on the scene. There we go. Blind every driver for miles. Now, just for anybody who just hang on a minute. You got through these lights, and I'll show you. I'll do a quick recap. Right, so we're on part 3 of a journey that started in South America. It started in Argentina, and this is the Mario map version 12.3. This is all darkest, deepest Russia. That's the standard maps there, but you've also got the Faroe Isles, Iceland, you've got part of Canada, part of the United States, you've got Hawaii, you've got Cuba, and now where the hell's Japan? No, that's Hawaii. They added Japan onto this. Yeah, there it's there. That's Japan down there. So that's the new part of the map that they've added. You also got Taiwan. Let me head across. I'll show you where we started. We started in Pirineo, down here in Argentina, and then we made our way across to Montevideo, in I think that's Uruguay. So this is all of South America, right up to Colombia. And that's Brazil, and then we made a connection to Rio Grande, and then from there the intention was to make the correct connection. We had to go to the Canary Isles, which is down here. Unfortunately, me being the type of person I am, I totally misjudged it and took the wrong ferry and ended up in Casablanca. And rather than going from the Canary Islands to Rome, which is the route we should have gone, I had to go via Casablanca all the way along the Mediterranean coast, through North Africa, right along to Tunis, which is there, and then we had to get a ferry connection north and eventually across Italy, and we headed to Bratislava, and we got a connection from there to Moscow. So now we're heading down this route here, where we've still got 400 and odd miles to go. So we're heading to Penza with this 60 odd ton locomotive, part of the new DLC. We still have 459 miles to go, and we will have completed the journey. It might not get completely dark in this part of the world. Supposedly it's set during the summertime. But we've actually come through the worst part of the journey, which was through South America. We had some major problems. We also had major problems going across, heading across to Tunis. There's some big, what do you call them? Big sand dunes, and the road undulates up and down, and we got stuck 2 or 3 times, and we had to bail out. We had no way of getting this rig up these hills. Which unfortunately you can only do by respawning the truck in an area that you want to spawn on if you've got it in the developer mode. If you've got the console available to you, which you have to do by editing a couple of the files in the game, which is easy enough to do, but it's the only way that you can actually back out of a problem situation. With the traffic mod, which is part of the environment mod that I've got installed, very often you can end up in a situation where there's been a collision, there's a crash, and the AI don't seem to want to fix themselves, or at least it would take quite a while for them to do so, so you sometimes have to bail out. But I don't like cheating unless I really have to cheat. And I've found to my cost that trying to pull a 60 odd ton locomotive, even with a 1400 power engine which I've got in this truck, as soon as you start hitting switchback roads and mountains and stuff, you will have major problems. And that's really why I did this trip, just to find out how good this trailer would handle. The trailer itself handles excellently with the steering axles at the back. It drives great, but it really does make a difference with the weight that you're pulling. Meanwhile, we carry on into the night. Well, it is getting dark now. 20 minutes to 9 at night. Local bus driver in the left-hand lane there wanting to get home. Now we've got a speed restriction. Heading into a town. I think we'll just top up the fuel while we've got a chance. Another 44 gallons on board. Right, I'm going to pause to have a read at the chat. Good evening to whoever's still watching. While we're waiting at traffic lights, I'll let you hear the horn outside the truck. And now I'll let you hear the horn inside the truck. Look at the amount of traffic. Now that's the problems you have. That driver there in the car, he was trying to overtake the trucks, and then he finds all of a sudden there's a big queue of traffic. The traffic slows down and his route back to the lane that he should be in is blocked, so he then blocks our traffic, which can cause accidents. But the environment mod has been designed like that to create problems for you with the heavy traffic. As I said earlier, the problem for a lot of people is that this version of the environment mod 6.5 is the one with the heavy traffic, and for a lot of people's PCs and processors that's a bit too much. It hacks into the frame rate. But I've got lights on full beam, I've got the beacons on, and everything seems to be running pretty good. She's quite tasty looking. Now, ETS Gaming Group is on Facebook, and if you join the Facebook group, you will have various mods available to you, including the Mario map, the latest version of it, which you will get before everybody else gets the map available, and lots of truck mods, engine mods, various other modifications are all available to you. The guys try them out, they test them out, and then they share them with you. Good group to be in if you're interested in Euro Truck. Wrong gear. There's no point in me reading the Russian signs because I can't read Russian text, so I'll just follow the GPS. And you'll notice that the environment mod actually gives you the moonlight again. There it is there, there's the moon, which seems to have disappeared from the normal game. Now we're stuck across the junction. Now that is the problem there, that car is the issue, and we've now got a blockage. We've got the truck driver held up. The car driver can't pull into the traffic because there's a queue of traffic. The other problem is I'm blocking the junction for traffic that wants to turn right. So what I'm going to have to do is try and get round this truck. Now, this is a risk. If I can unblock the junction, that should let the traffic start to flow. We'll get stuck. Wrong one. I think we're okay. Here's another one at it. The same problem. He ain't going to get in. There's a ditch there. I can't go down that. Another read at the chat. Yeah, the Pro Mods map's good. I mean, the Mario map has got pretty much most of what Pro Mods has got, although Pro Mods has added, I'm trying to remember the name of the big island up north. That's the most recent thing they added. I think they're going to add probably Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland soon enough in Pro Mods, because I've seen pictures where they're probably constructing that map. Pro Mods is a great map, but the Mario map is by far and away the best map because of the scale of what you have available to you. It's the biggest map that you'll get in Euro Truck. And if you notice, the map itself has pretty much most of what Pro Mods has and more. Pro Mods goes down through France, obviously. You've then got Truck Sim Map, which takes in the southern part. This has got North Africa right along there, all the way out here. A big chunk of like Russian open spaces. And then, of course, you've got all the South America map, which is huge. I mean, this map here, that's just Brazil. But you've got the rest of the South America map, and there's thousands of miles of road to drive on there. So it's a much bigger scale map once you look at what's available to you. Yeah, I've had Pro mods over the years. I've had various versions of it. Good map. And the only way to enhance Pro mods really is to put the Russia map in along with it, Russian open spaces in along with it, the southern region map, Project Balkans. I had that all set up. I've got a video on my channel with all of those maps all linked up. Obviously before they've done a more recent update, and I've lost them all and I can't be bothered putting them back in because it's too much hassle. So I prefer to work with like the Mario map for the time being. I've also got 2 or 3 other profiles. I've got the Peru map installed, which is a standalone map. It's quite a good map, very tricky driving. I've got the Brazil Total map installed, which is really well, that's what it's meant to be. It's meant to be a map of Brazil. And what's the other one I've got? I've got the Harsh Russian map installed, which is the standalone map. That's the most difficult map you'll ever install if you've never tried it. It's a standalone map, doesn't need the downloadable content, but is the most difficult map that you'll ever drive in Eurotruck. And you definitely need a Russian truck to drive on that map. You drive it in a normal truck, you won't get anywhere. Or you'll get somewhere, but you won't get very far after that because of the roads that are on it. It's so difficult, so challenging. This map will give you hours of truck driving. I mean, this trip alone has taken, we've gone, how long's this video been going? Well, I've been streaming for an hour and a quarter and we're still not there. I did 2 streams yesterday on this trip and they came to about 5.5 hours. So this whole journey is going to take probably around about 7 hours just to go from that place, Pirineo in Argentina, right across to Russia. That gives you an idea of the distances you can be driving, even though it's 1 in 20 scale, remember. Right, so let's look at where we are. 370 miles to go. We're at 12 minutes past 11 at night. The traffic is thinned out. We've got a couple of trucks in front of us. We've got a tight bend coming up, well, relatively tight, not much of a problem. Could go for an overtake, but I think we're heading uphill, so it would be a good idea. Engineers working on the road ahead. We've got traffic lights. Yeah, Pro Mods is a good map, but you know, the problem with Pro Mods as well is when you connect the Russia map to it, you've got to have the connecting road to go from Pro Mods to I think there's a connection to go to the Project Balkans map. There's a connection to go from the Russia map that takes you to the Russian open spaces map, and unless you have the patience to get all of those and put them in the right order, that's half the problem. It's very complicated to get as big a map as possible with the Pro Mods map, and the Mario map does all that for you. The Mario map will have about 8 or 9 files, and you just store them in a numerical order. Sometimes it installs from 11 to 1, sometimes it's from 1 to 10. But that's why it's good being part of the ETS2 gaming group, because the guys there will help you if you've got any problems. Now, there is something causing a problem. I thought that was... It is traffic lights. But what's causing the problem behind us? Traffic, a car trying to pass the other way again. Let's see if we can make it before we turn red. Just made it. I didn't think it was going to get as dark, but we're in pitch darkness. Just gone 14 minutes past midnight. We have still got 352 miles to go. And I was hoping that this sort of traffic would open up so I can get the foot down. Try and get this job done. See if I actually get any payment for it. But believe me, I've spent goodness knows how much in repairs. I've spent a huge amount of fuel and a great big chunk of money on ferry connections and train connections. I mean, one of the ferry connections cost £11,000, which was probably the one that took me across the Atlantic. So I've spent a fortune, and I'm sure the payment for this job's about 58,000. So I've lost it all in actually doing the job, and I'm probably losing something as well for the damage. Right. Can't seem to lose these trucks in front. I was hoping they would turn off somewhere and leave me an open road. How long have we got before a rest stop? We've only got 2 hours, so we're not going to make it. We're going to have to take another rest stop. Bend in the road here, not a good place to try and overtake. You've got to be careful when you're overtaking in this as well, because the width of the trailer is a bit more than a standard trailer, because you've got this locomotive in the back. Now, is he going for an overtake now? Up here, somebody's digging a hole at 1:15 AM in the morning. Right, time for a little break. Yeah, I would agree with you. There are quite a few parts of the Mario map. When you look closely in certain parts of the Mario map, you can see that you can actually see some gaps that I've noticed. It looks as if some parts of these maps have been rushed quite a bit. The Pro Mods map is a professional map. It's been done very well. You can't fault the Pro Mods map. I've driven over the last version of the Pro Mods map I had installed. I think it was before the last update. I drove over Iceland, and I saw the video driving up over the mountain in Iceland where there was drifted snow blowing across the road, and I thought that was a great effect. We've got nothing like that in the Mario map, like very good weather effects and things like that. This environment mod gives you rain. Obviously when you go to North Africa you don't get much rain at all. When you go to South America though, you'll get periodic thunderstorms, and you'll get mist and fog in the morning and things like that. Right, so
Hey, wake up.
we've got to get this rest stop somewhere along the road here, wherever it might be, and we're going to arrive in the morning, or maybe early afternoon, or maybe even early evening. Goodness knows how long we're going to take to do this. Let's drop a gear, going uphill. Let's see if we can get this thing moving now. Oh no, bad move, roadworks. This guy isn't doing anybody a favour. He's telling me you've got yourself in that position, you can get yourself out of it once I'm past. Another one doing exactly the same thing.
Hey, wake up.
Now, be honest with you, who actually digs a hole in the road at 2:30 in the morning? These guys not got any homes to go to. Right, let's see. While we're waiting here, see where the next rest stop might be. Where are we? Oh, we're only a mile or two from it. Right, road seems to be fairly straightforward. So we've now been on the road in this part of the journey for an hour and 27 minutes.
Hey, wake up.
Dawn is beginning to break over our shoulder. So it's going to be about 10 or 11 a.m. by the time we wake up. Hopefully this fuel station's on this side of the road. And then again, it isn't by the looks of it. Oh, it is, just on the bend. It's after midday. Going to let us out, thank goodness. You see how those axles really work for you. Steer you around the corners, no problem at all. bumps in the road, I believe, according to that sign. Unless I'm interpreting it wrong. Level crossing coming. There's an accident there on the right hand side, truck lining its side. What the hell's happened here? There's another one going the wrong way. Going to make it just. crossing ahead. Right, we've got just under 200 miles to go. Need to just double check fuel again. Hang on. It's saying 600 odd miles worth of fuel. So we might have enough to make it, no problem. Why is that guy still sitting there? We've got a speed restriction. Something's on fire up ahead. I think we've got a forest fire on the right hand side there. I think that's what it is. There's only one way to find out what that is. That's to go across and have a look. Oh, it's just smoke effects that they've got. You can see that's the edge of the map there. Right. still got this speed restriction going on, 19 miles an hour. May recover after this fuel station here, very often it does. There we go, let's now jump back up to, I think that's 56 or 68, I can't see it. I think it's 56. Look. Oh, wrong one. Hang on. So an hour and 47 minutes. Almost another 2 hours for this section of the journey. zooming in because I'm checking ahead to make sure that there isn't an oncoming vehicle on the wrong side of the road, which is something that happens fairly regularly. Just to let you know as well, I'm using a Driving Force GT steering wheel, manual gears. This is a 12 speed, well 12 forward gears and I think a couple of reverse gears, and it's a long range gear set that's in. Well, this last part of the journey's been all too easy. The roads are all pretty good in this part of the world so far. None of the big climbs that we've had to go through. The worst of it is all behind us, I think. Just over 100 miles to go. I say that again, it's a sequential shifter. The Driving Force GT just has a stick that goes forward and back. It's not what do you call it, a G27 or a G29 I think it is, the Logitech. This is the old Driving Force GT that was made for the PS3, and it works perfect on the PC, and it's perfect for Eurotruck. And I've got every single button on this steering wheel all configured to one of the features in the truck, whether it be signalling, zooming in, cruise control, wipers, everything. Plus I use a combination of the keyboard as well. It's an old wheel. Well, it must be at least. This wheel's got to be at least 5-6 years old. And touch wood, it's never given me a spot of bother. The only problem you'll ever get is, like for example, when I got this new PC, I installed Steam and everything else that goes with it, and then of course Eurotruck. And I couldn't get the wheel to configure with Eurotruck. It didn't seem to recognise it fully, and I forgot that you must have the Logitech software installed. That's the most important thing. When you've got the Logitech gaming software installed, then Eurotruck works no problem, but if you forget to do it, you will have problems. And I think that might be the same for most of the Logitech steering wheels. Or it could just be a Windows 10 thing. Another sign showing bumps in the road. Well, we've not come across any bumps so far. Apologies if I don't answer your questions straight away, because I'm not always looking at the chat. I occasionally have a quick glance, and if I see any different text here, I have to pause. I have to pause the game to read the chat, or I'll go off the road. I've got my second monitor to the right of me as I look, and it's just an old cheap 14-inch flat screen monitor. It must be 15 years old. And I use that specifically when I'm streaming, just so I can see the live stream to see that the quality's good enough. My steering wheel's mounted on a steering wheel stand, one that was specifically made for the Driving Force GT. I can't remember what the brand of the stand is, but it's perfect. Once it's rigged up, you can just disconnect your steering wheels, throw it into a corner, and then bring it back out whenever you need it. I used to have the steering wheel bolted to the desk, but that was too much of a carry-on. The problem being that the bottom of my desk isn't suitable for putting the pedals. So I eventually found this. This is a sturdy fold-away metal bracket that you can fit the wheel onto, and it's perfect for it. It only takes you 2 minutes to plug in the cables, and away you go. Right, I think we need some high beam here. Right, so we've now got 71 miles to go, and that should be probably another 10-15 minutes maximum. We'll probably spend 10-15 minutes trying to park the truck, knowing what I'm like trying to park a truck. Now this guy, gonna have to wait till he decides to pull in. Another 2 hours before we have to take another rest stop, but we're going to end up doing that before our next job. think what I'm going to do is just go in and top up the fuel in preparation for my next trip. I might as well do it when I've got the opportunity.
Hey, wake up.
Let me check and see how much time we've got left for the trip. Only 10 hours left, so I don't have enough time to take this rest stop and get to the final destination. At least I'm not going to take that risk.
Hey, wake up.
Just 22 miles to go. Why the hell is he going so slow? Let this traffic out. Very, very kind, so yeah. Just ruined my momentum. Well, we're now entering Penza, which is our destination, which sounds like an Italian name, but it's actually in Russia.
Hey, wake up.
I think we need to be in the left-hand lane again, I'm not sure. Okay. To go. Leaving at the next exit. Zoomed in, make sure we don't take the wrong turn. I think I should be in the left-hand lane, I'm not sure. There we go, left-hand side. Well, I wonder if this is going to be one of these tight chances. Well guys, for those of you that are still watching, thanks for watching. This has been a trip from Pirineo in Argentina to Penza in southern Russia with a 60 odd ton locomotive that we're about to try and park.
Hey, wake up.
That back end just flies around. No problem. There's a problem. It's turning in far too quickly. It actually turns much quicker than a standard trailer. We're going to have to go back out this way and make it easier. This is where I always have problems trying to park these damn things. This could be longer than the actual trip itself, this situation. I could never park this from the truck. I would never do it. Try to use those mirrors. No way, I'd be all over the wall. Whether I've hit the mark or not. Yeah, we've made it. Right, let's see whether we got anything from this. Yeah, we lost 2,000 odd XP. And goodness knows how much money we lost. So we're now up to level 20. I don't have any garages, I don't have any drivers yet. And I haven't taken a bank loan out. I don't need to take one out. So anyway guys, that's the journey done. That's the trip over. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again sometime.